Umar from IFL TV, people. Umar Ahmed in the building.
What's happening?
Dude, thank you so much for coming. Honestly, much appreciated.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Much appreciated. All right, before we start boxing, because we're going to go boxing, let's find out a bit about you first. Obviously, I spoke to you off camera just now. You told me a bit of stuff. Can't believe you're only 21.
Just turned 22.
That's shocking.
A week ago.
That's shocking. Not that you look old, but your knowledge of the sport for someone so young, it's impressive.
I don't know about that. I mean, compared to the average 22-year-old,
yeah,
perhaps, but I don't know if they're saying much because boxing's kind of, I wouldn't say dying, but my age, it's like football, obviously.
Yeah, 100%. Are you a football fan?
I am.
Who are you?
Chelsea. Got you on Sunday. But football's obviously a thing, and then I've noticed like a trend in American sports, like so basketball, baseball is like an NFL.
Did you know that before you went over there, or we've just found
No, I'm
out?
talking about in the UK.
Oh, in the UK, really? You think, yeah?
Yeah, no, okay. Oh no, in America, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not into it at all. But I've noticed football would be the main, and then a lot of people are into NFL.
Yeah. Basketball standards. I think NBA's always kind of had that. Yeah.
You've got your some people are obviously heavily into cricket or rugby. Yeah. And then UFC's big as well.
Huge.
So more of my mates are UFC fans than boxing fans.
Obviously, I'm a big boxing fan, but MMA, I can't lie to you, grabs me.
See,
Canelo Kovalev is the same day of in Nate Diaz versus Masvidal. I'm watching Nate Diaz versus Masvidal.
Over Canelo Kovalev?
Yeah, over Canelo Kovalev.
So I'm not into UFC at all.
Yeah.
But it's popular, really popular.
Yeah.
I noticed that. Like you see the figures on BT, they do a lot of UFC.
Why do you think boxing's kind of falling behind? Because when we are getting decent fights, I mean, I know people want the big fights. We want to see Spence Crawford, for example. We still get some big ones.
I don't know, because how old are you, by the way?
38, dude.
So when you were growing up, my age,
Yeah, thank you for asking.
When you were growing up, right, what was the main sport, apart from football?
Oh, man. Boxing was
boxing
kind of...
pushed?
I mean, it was almost... I kind of fell into it at the right time with, obviously, Ben Eubank, Prince Nassim Hamed. So those were the 90s, so it was big.
But
it was almost big within your Britain. Like, Ben and Eubank weren't big stars in America, let's be honest.
But
over here it was flipping enormous. But they weren't doing massive numbers. I mean, I think Frank Bruno fought at Wembley Stadium, didn't do 90,000 like AJ. So it was like, it's almost weird. We're in this bubble thinking it was massive back then. But some of the shows were shocking.
Really?
I mean, fucking, obviously you won't probably talk too much about it, but Frank Warren put on some shockers. Honestly, it was almost like Eubank versus What Tomato Can next week. It was awful. I feel like because fans have got a voice now, they just won't accept that. As soon as a crap fight's made, everyone's like going crazy. Whereas back in the day, you almost just accepted it. It was what it was.
Right. Just
to see those guys fight whoever. So it's always been in this country. I think it's always been boxing and football for me anyway. Rugby's always kind of been there. Athletics as well a bit. But America's always had those big ones. But now with MMA becoming big, I feel like boxing's almost fallen behind MMA in America.
Oh no, it has.
Yeah,
it has. Okay. Speaking to people over there, like people at Top Rank and who else, like people at DAZN, they say MMA UFC does bigger numbers than
really crazy.
I think it needs someone to kind of reinvigorate the sport, like a superstar, like a potential Devin Haney, a Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia is the big one, I think.
How many he's got ridiculous followers?
Honestly, he's almost like you see him chilling with Logan Paul and all that. It seems like he's got that kind of crossover appeal, 100%.
So it can still be done in America, just like Mayweather did it.
Yeah.
Canelo has obviously got more of that Mexican following.
Yeah.
But I think someone like Haney or Garcia can do it. Over here, obviously, Anthony Joshua has brought the sport back. I
was going to ask you this question actually. Who after though? I mean, you look around. Don't wrong, some good names.
And when Joshua and Fury go.
They're praying for Josh Kelly, aren't they? They're praying, obviously, good-looking boy and all that stuff. But I don't know.
But just the worrying thing about Joshua and Fury, back to them, like how many years have they both got left? 4, 5 maximum.
Yeah. Max. I mean, with Joshua, look, I'm a big Joshua fan. You know, you watch the channel a bit, but do you watch the channel?
Yes, I do. When I can.
Just asking, just checking. If he loses to Ruiz, that's it. I think he's done. Not that he's done that he can't come back, but he's done in the sense that, fuck it. I don't want to do it anymore. I've made enough money.
He can command big purses still.
Yeah. 100%.
But yeah, you'd have to, for the moment, you'd have to forget Wilder, you'd have to forget Fury, you'd have to forget Ruiz.
I mean, you almost go back into that mix of guys you don't really want to fight that could be dangerous. Go back to fighting White. Go back to fighting those guys.
The Chisora fight.
This is it. Do you know what I mean? It'll be those guys. And I mean, really?
Yeah, it's whether he's motivated for that. But in
Can he
terms
go
of
from a
money,
stadium to an arena again?
yeah. Money he could still command. I don't think that would be a problem. But it's whether he'd be motivated for a Chisora fight.
Yeah.
Or a
Dubois. I mean, fucking imagine that. Would he be motivated, Dubois?
Actually, we might get. I don't know.
It's boxing's such a crazy sport. Right now, it looks impossible. Like, never happened. But this is boxing. All right. Before we talk more boxing, favorite film.
Favourite film, Pursuit of Happiness.
Really? Interesting. Will Smith, good film.
Yeah.
I can't dish you. I was
sad,
thinking of like
really.
very sad. Yeah, very, very sad. Good and true story, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all true.
It's a true
based on
story.
true stories.
Yeah. Favorite actor, Will?
Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Really? Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you seen that new film with him and Brad Pitt?
No, I haven't. No.
Great film.
Check it out. What's it
Great
called?
film. Oh, fucking hell. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Quentin Tarantino.
someone
So any film like Quentin Tarantino, it's gonna be good. Music? What kind of music do you listen to?
You know, like if I'm on a night out, I'll listen to like a bit of garage or house.
Yeah.
Right.
Tick in the box. I like that.
If I'm in the, it's just like if I came to yours just now, just a bit of rap, like American rap.
Yeah.
I'm not really into UK stuff.
Really? Yeah.
Nah.
So you've not watched really? Have you watched Top Boy Netflix?
Oh no, I watched Top Boy.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, I know UK artists. I would rather listen to American rap.
Yeah.
But yeah, on a night out, like garage and house music, not too deep house or anything. Just normal house music.
Yeah, I think most people can tick that box. I can't lie to you, I listen to everything. Obviously, I'm a lot older. I've got like neo soul over there, people. I've got fucking Mariah Carey, Mary J. Blige, bit of everything. I can
listen to that, but
how did you even get involved with IFL TV? Like for years, we're used to Coogan and James. Coogan, it was like literally like that, inseparable. And then obviously James disappeared. We're not going to get into that and how it worked, but James disappeared. You, as well as a few others, came along. But then you've almost risen to almost be side by side with Coogan. How did it all start?
You said that, not me.
I said it. I said, well, people don't mind anymore. You know what it is? I think that people will immediately listen to who the interviewer is and sometimes tune out. But I think with you, people now think, oh, fuck it, Umar's interviewing. Apart from you being a stirrer, Umar's interviewing.
We'll come on to that.
We'll come on to that. So how did you even get started with IFL?
Alright, so I was at a Coley Chamberlain just as a fan, bought a ticket. Not the most memorable fights in the world, but
the worst.
Kind of my life kind of spun around on that night. So I was going home on the tube, left my mate, he went the other way, bumped into James, who actually started talking to me, which was really random.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, James Helders just started chatting to me.
Well, like, he didn't know who you were.
I had one of them things, because I was ringside, so I had one of them things on.
Okay.
So I think he made a comment about the fight. He was like, oh, you didn't fall asleep, did you, during that?
Yeah.
So he was a really nice guy, just chatting.
He is, isn't he?
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, honestly, even now I still kind of reach out to him if you.
Oh yeah. So he was chatting, and he started asking me like questions about boxing, and we didn't realise we lived like 2 minutes away from each other, so we spent the whole tube journey together. And now it makes sense why he was asking me questions. And then he was like, "Give me your number. Let's do a trial period for you at IFL."
Bloody hell.
And I was like, yeah, good joke.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I'm being serious.
And no journalist background, no media, no nothing.
No, never studied it. So I did like GCSEs, A-levels, but never...
Nothing related to that?
No, never spoke to a boxer before unless it was for a picture. Never picked up a camera. Like, that was my biggest worry. How do I operate this thing? It's really simple. But I was
No, it's not though. I mean, when you're talking to someone and doing it at the same time, it's not that easy. You make it sound easy.
I thought it'd be much harder.
Okay.
Like, there'd be loads of things you have to do. At first couple of times, I got a few things wrong with like the focus and stuff. But it's pretty straightforward operating a camera. I was most worried about that though.
Yeah.
And then it just went from there. So I had like a month and a half without pay, just trial, and then
cheeky bastards. A month and a half. A month and a half. Yeah.
And then went from there.
Yeah. Bloody hell. Do you, obviously I said just now that obviously when I think of Coogan, or for IFL I think of you and Coogan. Do you understand that though? Do you see where that comes from?
There's two other guys as well. So you've got Andrew McCart.
Very good. Covered the Scotland area, right?
Yeah, so he covers a lot of the Scottish shows and the Irish shows in Belfast. A lot of the MTK fighters he's very close with. And then you've got a really new guy, started 2 months ago, Oscar Bevis.
Okay, yeah, I've heard, sorry.
Who's doing Ultimate Boxer tonight.
Okay.
And there's a lot of big names like Amir Khan there. I think Croller's there, Paulie Malignaggi's there, so he's going to have a good night tonight. So yeah, there's 4 of us now.
When was the first, or who was the first boxer that you actually was a bit starstruck? Like, oh my God, I've actually got to go and interview that guy, where I've just been watching him on TV and I was a bit of a fanboy.
It was quite late into my career, actually, IFL, so it was only this April. Andre Ward.
Yeah.
Okay. I just was there. I was like, oh God. Do you know what I mean? And Tell you what, he was it was Crawford Khan, and he was doing a lot. Obviously, he works heavily with ESPN.
Yeah.
He was flat out working. I waited 3.5 hours outside a room just to interview him for 4 minutes.
Jeez.
But he's one of them people. The numbers he generates on our channel.
Yeah.
He's one of actually, in terms of American people, one of the most viewed people.
Yeah. But really, is he?
Yeah, because
it's funny because his boxing career was completely different.
Oh,
I mean, amazing boxing career, but no numbers.
Well, Froch always goes on
about
that.
Froch always talks about it. Yeah, no one wanted to watch him.
Which I think is half true and half not. I think he generated a lot of interest, but for his talent, perhaps he didn't generate the amount
you would expect per his talent.
Yeah. But everyone likes to listen to Andre Ward because he's just, I think 99% of the time he gets it bang on.
He's spot on, isn't he? I think he's the best out there. I know Paulie, for a commentator, I can understand how people like Paulie.
Paulie's brilliant.
Yeah, but Andre Ward and he keeps it so simple. Fantastic.
Definitely, and so that's why I waited like literally 3.5 hours. But it was just like, wow, I'm interviewing Andre Ward here. You know, like one of the best of our generation, 100%.
Yeah.
So, and a really nice guy as well. Very nice guy.
What was the first big event you covered?
First big event I covered.
You've done
Joshua. I know. I think White Parker was big.
Yeah.
Joshua for Povetkin was quite big.
Yeah, I was actually
quite big, very big.
Yeah.
But then
how epic did that look, Wembley Stadium? I think people can't take it in how epic the whole event is.
Those nights, that's the thing. That's why I think so many people are frustrated with it going to Saudi. I can completely see why.
I'm happy you say that. We're going to talk about it. Yeah, it's good that you're saying that.
Yeah, we'll come on to that, but I think that a lot of people are frustrated. They wanted that big night back, whether it was at Wembley or Cardiff.
Yeah.
Obviously, it would have been Cardiff with the weather.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll come on to that later, as you said.
You missed, I feel like, we can touch it now actually, I feel like you miss, I don't know, you missed that, and the numbers as well, right? I mean, you're talking potentially, 90,000 here, 70, 80,000 at Cardiff, and they're talking about a 16,000 seater in Saudi Arabia, which, let's be honest, the first outer ring is just not going to be fans. It's going to be rich people, multi-billionaires, millionaires,
celebs. And
then you're going to have a few fans scattered around. I just feel like you lose an atmosphere. What was your take on it when you first heard it was going to be in Saudi?
Okay, so I knew a week before it was announced.
Yeah.
So, but when I first found about it, I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. But we've heard this thing about Saudi Arabia and the Middle East in general for a long, long time. Did I ever think it'd come about? No, because logistically I wasn't too sure. But it's no secret they have money, right, in that part of the world. Obviously, Amir Khan did it.
Yeah. George Groves, Callum Smith.
George Groves, the WBSS did it, but I never just saw a massive heavyweight fight going there because I just thought logistically it's not going to work because there's going to be so many people travelling in. There's going to be so much media attention that it's just not going to work. But obviously they're really keen for it, and they're doing visas with tickets, so
which is impressive. That's
because that would have been a massive issue.
Yeah. Do you think a lot of Brits are going to travel out for it? A lot?
Yeah. 6,000?
6,000, 7? I think that's what Eddie said as well, yeah.
You're going to have people from Dubai,
Abu
Dhabi, Brits,
who are
going to travel to Saudi Arabia. It's like 2.5 hours, 2 hours, nothing to get there. I'm sure they're doing travel packages, Matchroom are doing that. You're probably going to have about, I'd say 6 to 8,000 people going from the UK. So, to Saudi Arabia, I'd say that's a lot.
I look at Joshua and I think, again, Joshua a fan, don't make no bones about it. In a fight you've got to win, there's no doubt about it for me, he has to win this fight. Why not take home advantage? If it's on the table, and yes, it's a bit less money, but he'll make that money up eventually in his career, why not take it? Why are you risking it fighting away? I know it's not, I say away from home, it'll probably be sort of 90% Brits there, but still, it's not the same as 90,000 at Wembley. When the going gets tough and you start to hear that roar from the fans behind you, that's my only bones about it. Why do that?
I guess there's two. Okay, let me just go for why it should be at Cardiff, because it's the best chance to win the belts.
Yeah.
Simple. Right? You mentioned the home crowd, he's had good memories, whether it's Cardiff or Wembley.
Yeah.
Ruiz got to come to the UK, which they were like sort of moaning about.
Anti about, weren't
exactly.
They for a while,
so it was clear why they were, because there's a much better chance of him winning at Cardiff. Doesn't mean he would win.
No, of course not. But even if you give yourself an extra 5%, you take the 5%.
Exactly. At this level, you would. Other argument is, if he did win at Cardiff, it's like, oh, you dragged Ruiz all the way here, which I don't know whether it's
not fucking Russia, is it?
I know, yeah, but still, it's in the contract to have it where you want. So use every advantage to your thing. But people would probably still say, oh, he brought him to Cardiff, right? He dragged Ruiz all the way to Cardiff. Also, you can't ignore the financial side to it. They're risking their lives at the end of the day. So every penny you can make. People like, oh, how much more money do you need? But it's like, you do a job for
someone
50
wants to pay me a bit more. I'm sorry, I'm taking it.
Exactly. You do a job for 50 grand. It might seem a lot. Do it for 80. Might seem a lot. One day you might get to 120. Might seem a lot. One day you get to 200, where it's a slightly weirder job. The one you enjoyed at 120 was much better. But what you're going to take the money?
Yeah, it's all about the money.
Because it's kind of the same job. You're in the ring fighting the same guy.
Yeah,
you're going to take the extra money. And I know people are like, oh, how much more money do you want? But I think it's kind of like an addiction.
Yeah.
In some Mayweather showed that.
Yeah. Still showing it. Might come back again for a
well, that's a whole nother conversation, isn't it? But you can't go into someone else's when you're commanding that sort of money. I don't think you can ignore it.
Yeah.
And they, as I said, they are risking their health. You'll get loads of comments now saying, "Oh, why are they sort of backing the whole money side of it?"
Yeah.
But that's people.
It's funny. I always say, like, anyone in their normal job, you'll take that job rise. You'll take, you know what I mean?
Especially
You'll take that pay
game.
rise. Yeah, this is the fight game. I think we've all seen the injuries recently. You want to cash in as much as you can when you can, because you don't know when that check could change. I think Andre Ward said about as soon as you lose, or if you, in his mindset, if he lost, the check goes in half.
Yeah, of course. But weird enough, his check has increased and his profile's increased. Everywhere you go now, it's, oh, what happened to Joshua on that? I get loads of them questions. I kind of keep it simple. He just lost. He got caught by a big shot and sort of lost his stability and went. But everyone is talking about Anthony Joshua now more than when he was winning.
Do you think the Wilder Joshua fight happens?
What if he loses his next fight? And
even if he wins?
Well, I've just spent the whole week with Fury's camp, and they're saying it's signed, it's done. You can't get the contract unless he retires. The fight's on. So there you can have a potential trilogy with Wilder and Fury. Joshua, if we say he wins, he's going to have his mandatory call with Pulev, mandatory call with Usyk.
Yeah, crazy mandatories.
After all that, if Joshua's still
the man,
champion, and
I doubt it,
one of Wilder Fury's obviously going to come out victorious within their trilogy, then you'd get hopefully either Wilder and Joshua, Fury and Joshua. But
you almost feel like there's almost too many hurdles in front for all of them to even see these.
There
fights.
was a point.
Usyk's a hurdle. Pulev's probably a hurdle. Usyk's a crazy hurdle. Let's be honest.
I think Pulev a good fight, but I think he's a good star for Joshua.
Yeah, that kind of stand up. Yeah, not much movement.
Conventional European stuff. I think Joshua.
Perfect. Yeah. But Usyk's a nightmare. Just because he's like that, I just couldn't take. If Joshua lands, he lands. But then we saw Ruiz get up. You know what I mean? If he lands, he lands. But Usyk's style's a bit awkward.
He's one of my favourite fighters, but a lot of people say he's not going to be able to take the size of Wilder, Fury and Joshua, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. Let's see how he does against Spong. I don't really know much about this guy.
Spong's not even that big. He's a light heavyweight normally.
6'1"?
Yeah, 6'1".
I don't really know much about him.
Not much. I kind of follow him because of a kickboxing MMA background. That's where he's come from. He's only had, 14 fights but against nobodies.
I would like to see him fight a Takam.
That's the one,
isn't
it?
Povetkin.
That kind of gatekeeper heavyweight, yeah.
Takam's a
Povetkin not, yeah.
I'd like, whether that happens because the whole Russia-Ukraine thing, I don't know. That's another debate. But I'd like to see him fight. So if he beats Spong, one of the Takams, Povetkins of the world, and then go into fight the mandatory, basically fight Ruiz or Joshua at the WBO holder.
Fury, your number one heavyweight in the world? Tough.
I'm not going to answer that, but Ring Magazine consider him number one. He's the man who beat Klitschko in Germany.
Man who beat Wilder, let's be honest.
99% of people think that was also after 3 years of demons, drink, drug, depression. So it's hard to say no, but at the same time, Wilder.
You can make a good argument for Wilder. I mean, you can make a very good argument for Wilder.
That guy catches anyone, they're going.
Yeah.
People are going to say, well, Fury didn't go. He went, but he just...
Something brought him back.
He went. He says it was the left hook that caught him on the way down. He openly admits that.
That's the punch that woke him up.
Honestly, he says he might not have got up if it was just the right hand. And he says that woke his senses up. Rematch wise, you're going to get a better Tyson Fury. I think that he's had back-to-back camps. He's been active. He's not been drinking. He's not on drugs. He's not depressed. He seems in a good place. But also, you've just seen Wilder wipe out Dominic Brazil within one round, and many people said that fight would go
at least
7 or 8 rounds.
At least past the midway
Brazil's
stage.
tactics were very weird in that fight.
But still, regardless, Brazil's a big man.
If he can wipe out Ortiz in similar fashion to Brazil,
then for me, if he can do that, I'll say it, he's number one. If he can wipe out Ortiz in one like that, especially after the Fury Wallen performance, and I wanted to ask you about it because you were there. Obviously, you had amazing access, like crazy access. What was the mood in the camp like after the fight?
Okay, so I didn't see Tyson after the fight. I mean, he was in the changing room, came for about a minute, went straight to hospital.
Yeah.
He's fine, but just to check the cut.
Awful cut.
So I didn't really see. I spoke to Ben Davison the day after, did like a sit down at the airport just before our flight, and he was happy, actually. He said that he openly admitted the first 2 rounds before the cut, it wasn't an electric Fury. He said in the changing room he could tell.
Yeah. Saw the interview,
he saw something a bit sluggish in Tyson. But we've seen this with Tyson before, man.
Yeah.
Like, where it's no disrespect to Wallen, who I thought wasn't the worst. His fundamentals were okay.
It's funny, before the fight, I thought, who the hell was this guy?
So we didn't know any.
Everyone did.
We heard he sparred Joshua, his sparring partner.
That was his big kind of thing.
I had not seen any videos of him on YouTube. I couldn't find anything. But you know what? He wasn't shockingly bad.
No, I said, like, there aren't 30 heavyweights that beat him. Like, people are saying he's not top 30. I don't think, I can't think of 30 heavyweights that would beat Wallen.
Nothing spectacular, but his basics were in check, good balance.
Southpaw as well.
Like, it did nothing wrong, really. Fury wasn't at his best, but I think people aren't giving enough credit. 2 bad cuts. His vision was completely gone.
Yeah.
He couldn't use his normal style of just kind of having a clean fight, and
which is what he normally likes. Stay on the outside and just
frustrate your opponent.
Yeah.
He had to get involved in a fight, and that's not Tyson's like a go-to game plan. But he showed he could.
Yeah.
And won 8 to 9 rounds on most people's books.
Yeah, agreed.
So it wasn't as bad as people are making out. Could it have been slightly better? Yes, I'm talking about the first 2 rounds before the cut. But he still dominated the fight with 2 big cuts against a decent enough fighter.
Yeah, a fighter that I think proved a lot to a lot of people. What do you make of the stick? And I've seen with boxing now, it seems to be a trend where trainers get a lot of stick. Like, obviously, we'll talk about Tunde in a minute, but Rob McCracken got loads, obviously a bit from me as well. But Ben Davison seems to be getting stick from nowhere. I mean, obviously, Tyson Fury's dad's given him a bit of stick as well. But what do you make of the whole stick thing for Ben?
So, John Fury's comments, I didn't find that until the morning when I woke up in Vegas. Obviously, there's a time difference, and we wouldn't have seen the BT broadcast out. Obviously, in Vegas, we were all there. I didn't hear about it. I was shocked, man. Now I like John a lot.
Yeah.
His interviews on the bed. He's a really nice guy as well. Just like his son Tyson, they always make time for us, and they're good guys. I was shocked though he said that live on telly.
Yeah.
Rather than perhaps having a private conversation.
It's a phone call, isn't it?
Yeah, or something like that. I think it shocked me kind of was, you got to remember, man, 2 years ago Tyson was 21 stone. He was in the gym in Marbella with Ben. You can see the videos on YouTube.
You can see how fat.
Huge.
Yes.
It wasn't nice to see.
Yeah.
It was quite sad, really. And
everything was sad.
Ben was who brought him back. I think people don't realise that if it wasn't for Ben, I don't think he'd be boxing. He may not even be alive. Goes that far. Because Tyson's openly said if he didn't train, if he didn't fight, he might not be alive. He's not come back. This is what he says anyways. He achieved everything in boxing. He went to Germany and he studied Klitschko for years. He watched him on telly. He went and beat him when no one gave him a chance. He's then 99% of people's views beat Wilder. He's done it. He's done it all that you could. He's a massive draw now.
Yeah.
Superstar in the UK, and he's getting bigger in America. He's achieved it all. But he's boxing obviously because there's money on the table. But it actually makes him happy.
I think he needs to.
He has nothing bar boxing. And Ben brought that back in it.
Yeah, he reminds me of Billy Joe Saunders. I look at them quite similar. Like, Billy Joe Saunders doesn't box.
He's just a small Tyson Fury.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's just that. He's like wild like that as well. Yeah.
So that surprised me because if it wasn't for Ben, he might not be alive.
Yeah.
His son. So those comments did shock me in terms of like the public.
I don't like the way the public get on it. So someone will say a comment like that. So obviously John said that, and then the public, he should go. Go to Adam Booth. Adam Booth's always in the name everyone drops. And I'm like, what's Ben done? I thought, fucking 6 months ago.
He was the best trainer in the world when he went and beat Wilder, right?
And now it's like, what? Get rid of him. Shocks me.
But I think Ben said he's going to have like a chat with John, and I'm sure they'll sort it out. I think he was a bit emotional after seeing kind of like let's say a B-class fighter in Wallin do okay against his son.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I said, I was surprised he made them comments live on air. But John is John, isn't it? He's not gonna.
It's his son, isn't it?
He doesn't keep anything hidden.
Yeah, no
he
one's
says it how it is.
say,
and I do like John. I've got a lot of time for John. And a lot of people have, to be fair. But Ben, I think, took it well. He wasn't really. He's one of them people who says when he was getting all them comments after the Wilder fight, obviously he liked it, but he didn't really pay too much attention. Not too high if you're high,
not too low.
And all these bad comments, because he kind of said when we have the rematch in February with Wilder, when we beat him again.
Do you think they fight in February? Will that cut now?
Oh, the contract signed.
You kind of wonder what's going on with Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz.
That's going to happen. Yeah. Vegas, 23rd of November.
23rd of November. Is that enough turnaround? What's that? 2 months?
If he wipes Ortiz out in one round, If
it goes like a Wallin Fury thing, then
or the last Wilder Ortiz fight, they have another one.
No way to turn around 2 months. Yeah,
they might push it back. There must be something in the contract to say we can push this fight back.
Yeah, either.
But Fury seems to think he's not getting out that fight.
Yeah.
Whether it's February 22nd or whether it's a few.
Even Bob Arum's done a few interviews as well, saying no, that fight is done. Yeah.
They're 100% confident, which I'm surprised Wilder and Al Heyman signed for that fight.
I'm shocked.
To be honest.
I'm shocked.
I'm surprised.
You wait for the Joshua Ruiz outcome.
Especially if Ruiz wins.
Then it's the easiest fight to make.
Undisputed fight.
Mexican versus Black American in America.
On Mexican independence.
It's ridiculous.
It would be gigantic.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be really good for UK boxing.
No, not at all. It'd honestly be what they want, which is the bout over there. Whoever wins, perfect. Got all the belts again. So I am shocked. Talking about trainers, let's talk about a trainer that gets more stick than any human in the world right now.
Tunde
Ajayi.
By the way, are we still rolling? Yeah, we are.
We are? Yeah. Tunde Ajayi. Bloody hell. I mean, I was watching Coogan interview him yesterday. I think yesterday or the day before, and just the likes to dislikes. I'm guessing people are not even watching the video, just disliking
you put a video up with Tunde, a 30-minute interview, because that's normally how they roll. In fact, they're like 40-50 minutes. Within 3 minutes, there's like 50 dislikes. So they haven't watched the video. It's just, it happens a lot, by the way.
You've been around him, obviously, a bit more than most. I mean, was you in America with him as well, in the hotel interviewing him, I think?
I was in, so that was during Crawford Khan.
Yes.
He was doing a photo shoot for Adidas,
right?
Yeah. Not Tunde.
He was. Well,
Tunde will claim
he was Adidas as well.
But I was in Russia with him recently, obviously, throughout the week. I bet you're going to ask me, is he different off camera?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Oh, that's him?
Not at all. It's not. He's
like an American preacher.
It's not.
It's not an act. That's it.
No. Yeah. With some people in boxing, it is on camera, and they're completely different off camera. It's not an act at all. He's like that off camera.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
See, I can kind of see how some people maybe get a bit rallied up.
Oh yeah, of course.
But I mean,
some people take it really far, don't they? Like it affects their life. It's not like he's saying
threats and stuff.
No. He's not harming anyone.
No.
Yeah, you might not agree with his opinions. I'm sure many people don't, but people really get riled up about his stuff when he's not really saying anything bad about you, is he? So I think people need to relax a little bit with him.
10 seconds away as well from Yard beating Kovalev. I feel like that fight goes on 10 more seconds. He'd be the best trainer in the world. Best trainer in the world.
He'd be like the master genius.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And I think that's what his argument as well. Like, he tried something, it didn't work. Well, it did to an extent, right? Just a bit of experience let him down.
But that shows you, like, opinions in boxing. Say Anthony did do it.
Yeah.
There was still a lot of things that didn't go right in that fight, obviously, for Anthony. But he'd be deemed as this amazing trainer. Although there was things that they clearly need to improve on.
Yeah.
But that's just boxing for you, isn't it? People will always ignore really important points and factors. They will just look at the end outcome, which I guess is the main thing.
Yeah.
But you can't, like, especially with the Ben Davies and stuff, you can't ignore where Tyson was.
You almost, like, same with Yard, you can't ignore where he's come from, which is pretty much no amateur background.
Fights, no professional fights, really.
Nothing. Really, he's not 41.
Come on, yeah, like,
Russia.
They will say they have, but really? Not anyone near Kovalev.
Yeah. What a round 9, though, from Kovalev, by the way.
Yeah, I mean...
unbelievable.
I thought, old guy...
Yeah.
Ward battered him to the body, finished him. He lost that fight to Alvarez, the first one. Anthony was getting so much successful that's him done.
He didn't look... It's weird, watching the fight again, you might see it differently from ringside, but he almost didn't look as strong Kovalev either. I don't know, he didn't look like the mean Kovalev I remember.
No, but I don't think we expected that Kovalev, because we saw in the Alvarez rematch.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
Different Kovalev.
Different Kovalev, yeah.
Throughout the whole Yard fight, it was a different Kovalev. But, I mean, he's got such a good jab. One of the best jabs in boxing.
Underrated.
Who's got, if you go through...
Top
Golovkin's got a brilliant jab.
Fantastic. Okay,
George Groves had a great.
George Groves, phenomenal jab.
Errol Spencer's got a good jab actually.
Yeah.
But Kovalev is right up there, like top 5 pound for pound. Great jab.
Yeah.
And I think that could play
That's
a factor in
something
the Canelo
Yard doesn't
fight.
have either. Yard doesn't have a jab.
No, he
really.
didn't use his jab
No.
really. That could play a factor in the Canelo fight. We'll
Really?
see. Yeah, I mean, if he just keeps it long, I think Canelo's got so many assets to this game.
Is that a super fight?
Yeah.
It's a super fight.
Of course it is.
I just made a video saying it's not.
What were your points in that video?
My points was like, for me, when I think of a super fight, I almost feel like it's a fight where I'm like, oh, I don't know how this is going to go. Or the public opinion is like either 50-50 or 60-40.
It's like a 70-30.
It's like a 70-30, yeah.
But for me, a super fight constitutes the numbers that are going to watch it, the names involved.
So, yeah, okay.
I mean, is it an elite fight, as in 50-50 fight?
I've never seen a favourite be the guy coming up in weight.
Yeah, so
that you know, it's normally the other way around.
There you wouldn't say like it's not 50-50 fight.
Yeah.
But a super fight for me means the magnitude of the fight.
Yeah.
You've got the biggest superstar in world sport in Canelo.
Yeah.
Sorry, not world sport, combat
Easy,
sport.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Ronaldo and Messi be watching your channel and going.
More than Conor McGregor, you think?
See, I'm not a massive.
Yeah. So you so yeah.
He's got a whole Mexican market behind him in America and within Mexico.
Yeah. It's two big markets.
Boxing's still bigger than UFC. Listen, I don't know. I don't really know what Conor McGregor pulls in, but
it's ridiculous.
I know Canelo's okay. He's the biggest superstar in boxing.
Yeah,
right?
100%. Yeah.
So you've got him, and you've got Kovalev, who's probably the best light heavyweight of our generation.
Yeah.
Last 10-15 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Biggest combat star in Russia.
It's that round 8. I said in the video, it's that round 8 that's haunting me. I think.
Oh no! I think
that's what it is.
Canelo wins.
To me, it's the point where I think, oh my God, if Canelo gets him like that.
Oh no! I think Canelo
experience.
wins. I think Canelo wins. I think he goes to the. He's such a good body puncher, and that's obviously it's no secret.
Size difference is huge, though. They're face to face. I couldn't believe the size.
It is, but you know he's not going to have to cut weight, Canelo, etc.
Yeah,
so it might actually it might help him. But back to the super fight thing, for me it is because it's the most attractive draw in the light heavyweight division. Massive name in Russia, big name in America, and Canelo doesn't. You don't need to sell Canelo.
That's true.
It's a Vegas fight. I think is massive. That is for me a super.
Be interested to see what kind of numbers it does. I guess they never reveal their numbers anyway. Unless
no,
it's really good.
I mean there was rumours obviously going around with Canelo Jacobs numbers, but
yeah,
there's nothing official.
Nothing.
They don't release. I mean, take that as you will. I don't know why, but
I guess if it's big, they say. If it's not, they don't. Who knows?
I mean, who releases numbers though?
No one really. It's just people. It's just almost like insiders, kind of just. I don't know. Just let them off.
In terms of the UK, obviously Eddie kind of gives a gist with the pay-per-view numbers. He'll say within the region of 300,000 or 400,000. I think he said that Lomachenko
counted like 250, didn't he? 250, yeah.
Which is not bad.
I thought that was pretty good because it's not a casual fan.
No.
That was a hardcore fan.
Luke should be a bigger name in the UK, obviously, with his Olympic background, and he's fought, you know, Linares, he had that Mendy rematch, now fought Loma. He's not the biggest name in British boxing. He should be.
I think he'll grow now.
Now, definitely, after that pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And Lomachenko, as you said, I think he crosses over a little bit to the casuals, but
just enough.
Nothing
crazy.
Yeah,
so it's almost like who's this special guy? No one really knows his background that much. Yeah.
Or watched much of his.
No.
Fight. So 250 isn't bad at all.
I think it's a good number. I wonder how good a number it is, or how Americans see it, because our pay-per-views are so cheap. Obviously, being like 20 quid compared to theirs, which sometimes $80, $90, which is madness, which is absolute craziness. When you look at the other fights remaining in the year so far, obviously Joshua Ruiz, we've touched on that. Spence versus Porter.
Really looking forward to that this Saturday. For me, it's hard to pick against Errol Spence. I think he's the man at 47, and a lot of like Crawford fans are going to be like,
I think Crawford,
brilliant fighter, amazing fighter. But people are going to be like, oh, why isn't Crawford? I just think if they thought the size would be a big factor in that one. I'm not saying he definitely wins that fight, Spence. I think it's a near enough 50-50
Yeah, they will literally weigh 147 for about a minute on the scale. That's it. that's the only time they'll be 147.
Definitely.
That's it. Yeah.
I think that is one of the best fights in boxing, I think.
Yeah.
That you could make.
Spence Crawford would be awesome. I do think, probably not ever happening, but I don't know, I've got this Spence Canelo thing in my head in a couple of years' time. I don't know why.
He's a big 147er.
Yeah, if Canelo stays at 160, I don't know what he's going to do.
If Spence, say, won a world title at 54...
That's what I said.
And then kind of grew into this guy,
like, you know...
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy. He looks big, doesn't he? He almost looks too big for 140. He's cheating.
That would be because you got two exceptional body punches.
Exceptional. That's my super fight in my head.
That could be if they if Spence kind of beats everyone at 47, has a couple of wins at 54, like big wins.
Yeah.
And then Canelo wants it because Canelo just fights anyone he wants.
Literally, he'll point the finger and say, "Okay, make that fight happen." He doesn't want GGG again. He doesn't want. Doesn't look like he wants.
Disappointed me, man.
That disappointed me as well. Because GGG almost deserves it. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like the first fight he really won. The second fight, okay, you can make.
I've seen people say Canelo won the second fight. I've seen people say Golovkin won the second fight. I've seen people say it was a draw. So that one you couldn't argue. I think anyway.
Yeah, anyway that goes.
The first fight, I think we can openly see Golovkin won that fight.
Yes.
I don't see how you had it to Canelo. So I think, listen, no one owes anyone anything, but the demand for that third fight would be huge. I see some people saying, "Oh, that saga's kind of done." I don't think it's done at all. I think that trilogy would be,
especially
one of the biggest fights.
Golovkin runs through Derevchenko. If he runs through him, which he might, he could do. You never know. I hope, fingers crossed. They never know.
Who could they really fight there? So say Golovkin beats Derevchenko, Canelo beats Kovalev, Canelo comes back. Andrade
Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders. Charlo's over there, possibly.
Charlo's been waiting for that shot.
He's almost lost his bit of star power. There was something about the Charlos I used to be so excited about. I used to watch all their videos, fight hard, and I'm like, now I'm like...
Oh, they used to be all over YouTube.
It's weird, isn't it? Now they're just completely good. I don't see them anymore.
Yeah.
It's weird how it's just completely kind of died a bit. What other fights are you looking forward to? You looking forward to Chisora Parker?
Yes.
Should be good.
I'm looking forward to the main event on that bill as well. Really looking forward to that. But Chisora Parker...
What did you make of that outburst?
I think it's clever.
Yeah, clever, yeah.
People won't like it, some won't, but listen, it's got more people talking about Chisora Parker, and it's got more people talking about Taylor Progress. They've gained profile from that, trust me. Because as much as
that press conference was almost just trending nicely and then boom.
Ballistic.
Yeah.
Like, as good as fighters Taylor and Progress are, they're more known because it's what Chisora did the other day. So more people will buy that box office. There's an argument, obviously, I think David Hay did a poll on his Instagram. Or he kind of said to Sky, do a poll and say what should be the main event. And if more people vote Chisora Parker, there's a strong argument. No, if more people do it. If more people vote.
There's a strong argument they could switch it.
Well, that means more people are going to buy the box office with Chisora Parker. So if you make it more event, you're probably going to get, you are going to get more buys. So from Sky's perspective and Eddie Hearn's perspective and David Hay's perspective, and Chisora's and Parker's.
Especially if Chisora Parker goes the way people think it could go, which is just a firefight.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it isn't.
I think it's a brilliant fight because going into it, like, you'd have to say Joseph Parker's the pick.
I'd say his favourite.
But what Del Boy just did in that last fight against Spilka, who many people thought Spilka would win that fight, and it was like, he's fighting a Southboy. He's obliterated Spilka.
But no training now, isn't it? That's the issue going around. Obviously, Dave Coldwell. No one. Everyone's saying there is no training right now. It's a bit weird. What's going on?
Yeah, from what we were told, it was just a logistical reason. He didn't like Rotherham.
I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
I couldn't tell you because that is weird. I did like before literally the fight was announced on the Loma Campbell.
Yeah.
Right, and I did an interview with Dave Coldwell on that night, and he was talking about training Del Boy.
Yeah.
Everything was fine then.
Yeah.
Which Loma Campbell wasn't too long ago.
It wasn't long ago at all.
Something's happened recently.
Yeah. And I'm not having logistics, especially for such a big fight. I mean, look, Chisora wins that fight. He's right there.
Well, yeah.
He's right. I mean, we're talking
he's the only man to beat Ruiz.
This is it. It's crazy. So
former
if he does
champion.
That, bloody hell. I mean, look, I favour Parker. I do. 70-30 maybe, 60-35. So 65-35. But I don't know. Chisora's got a chance.
They're bang up for it though. Kevin Barry, David Higgins,
bang up for it.
They're really pumping this fight.
Yeah. He's lost twice on British soil. He's not gonna.
And
don't
you know they, especially Dylan White fight had a bit of controversy in it. You know, and Joshua really because the ref was getting involved a lot as soon as they started engaging on the inside.
I watched that fight again. You know,
what did you
a
think?
few times. It wasn't. It's weird. Like when the fight was actually live, I was like, "Oh, yeah, Joshua won that comfortably, easy." Then I watched it again. I was thinking, interesting fight that.
What in terms of the rounds?
Even in terms of the rounds, it was weird because not much action.
I definitely thought Joshua dominated, but see if that ref was doing Joshua Ruiz.
Yeah.
Who knows what would happen in that fight?
Who knows?
Parker's probably got the most quick hands after Ruiz.
Yeah.
So if he was allowed to get involved with Joshua, who knows what could have happened in that fight?
It's weird how Parker's like popularity and this clout's gone up because of what happened with Ruiz Joshua. So I beat him.
Yeah.
It was close, but I beat him. And now look.
I've always rated Joseph Parker though.
Yeah, always.
And really, probably the nicest man in boxing.
Really, yeah?
Oh, literally.
Yeah.
And his team are hilarious. I mean, David Higgins is nuts. Another nice guy, but he's...
Do you get some difficult ones?
What
interview-wise, where it's like difficult in terms of maybe don't really want to talk on camera, a bit shy, or don't give you much.
Like Lee Selby hates interviews.
Really,
lovely guy, but just hates interviews, so it's a bit difficult.
He's a proper hip hop head as well. Yeah,
Lee Selby. Who else is there where I think
doesn't fancy?
Obviously Daniel Dubois. Again, really nice. And you know what? Off camera, he's quite jovial and jokes a lot. People wouldn't think
just putting in front when it's
on camera. He's getting better.
I think he's funny thing is, I saw your interview with him a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And I always go to the comment section. I don't know why. Do you ever go to the comment section of the videos?
Sometimes, but I'm just so busy.
So many,
I don't have.
And people were saying he's actually getting better.
He is.
People are like, oh my god, he's actually improving a bit.
Honestly, I think they've made a conscious effort to kind of, since obviously the Gorman win and his profile's rising, and they've pushed him a lot. You know, like all the adverts on our channel are Daniel Dubois.
Yeah, I've seen that.
They push him heavily on social media, on Frank Warren's account. They're really backing. I'm not surprised. The guys
they think he can go now. Yeah, I think they now think. I think the Gorman fight was like, okay, let's see. Now they think they've got something.
I think they have.
Yeah, I think J-Rock, Julian Williams in America tweeted something randomly about him. He said, I didn't know too much about this Daniel Dubois kid, but give him a year or so.
I think sometimes we underestimate our own guys. Like, you know, you got exceptional fighters like Filip Pergovic.
Yeah.
Who, like, just because he's foreign, we get like, oh, he's amazing. And he's
Russian, like Ivan Drago. Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? But we've got one in Daniel Dubois, who I'm sure people from, like, diehard boxing fans from Europe and America looking at this guy.
Yeah.
The jab he's got, the power he's got, the precision he's got at such a young age.
And some of them actually like that shyness and on the camera, that humbleness.
Yeah.
They don't like big mouths all the time, loud speaking. They actually like guys that just go in there, do the business, go home.
Maybe that's how they're selling him.
Maybe
like a silent
that
assassin.
would be perfect.
And he's doing that right now. Doesn't say much. Nice kid, but he's an absolute killer in the ring.
Think he'll be world champion? With a crystal ball?
Yeah.
Yeah. Still so
he's
young.
Got everything. Yeah. Honestly, he's got everything. We saw him slightly hurt against Richard Lai, to be fair.
Yeah, that was a war. I think this one could be as well, you know. These Africans are quite proud. Like, I used to do some stuff for Fox Sports Africa, so you get to see them quite a lot. This is their opportunity. They think of America and England like, this is it, this is jackpot time.
Yeah.
So they will literally go out on their shield, because even if they lose, they think they're going to get a call back again.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, it's like a life-changing opportunity.
Yeah, it's a life-changing opportunity. Yeah,
I can't see it.
No, he's not beating Dubois.
No.
But he could land a couple. That's all. He could land a few. Who else excites you in British boxing right now?
Someone on that bill, Archie Sharp, man.
You said
He was kind of like, apart from Dubois, probably in terms of young fighters, best one out there. Who's had a really good year, back to back. He's had great wins. He got Garrity on Saturday. He beats him. He's called out Jamel Herring. I mean, Jamel's been...
Oh, really? Yeah, those two. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, there was a bit back and forth with Ryan Garcia as well, but he's moved weight anyways, and I think Ryan's doing his own thing on Golden Boy cards. I can't really see him fighting Archie Sharp. Jamel Herring has mentioned Archie Sharp's name.
Interesting.
So
world champion.
If he can beat Jamel Herring, who's a recognised world champion, respected world champion,
recognised world champion,
then you know we haven't got many world champions. So
we haven't got many stars, dude.
No.
We haven't got many stars, obviously.
Well,
I mean,
so Joshua and Fury.
Yeah, I mean, we lost, obviously, Tony Berry, we've lost George Groves, we've lost Froch, Amir Khan's coming to the end, Kell Brooks coming to the end. You're like, right, where's the next, lot? I think Yard could be. I still think Yard's
got because his profile's gone so big.
Boatsy.
100%. It's going to take time. It's going to be a period of time because there's still...
Almost like a Chelsea revolution.
Yeah, kind of. One of them ones.
It might be like that.
Because they're in their, still in their first stage of their professional career, like your Kellys, your Boatsies.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So there's going to be a bit of time, but I'm sure we'll get them.
I feel like Eddie Hearn, in particular, he's been burnt a couple of times, so he's a bit more nervous. Like, obviously, Jordan Gill losing, obviously won recently.
I didn't watch that card last night.
The Italian card, I watched it. Yeah. Sam Eggington shocked me. Shocked me. I thought he was done, Eggington. Shocked me. So he's kind of, I guess, back in the mix. Well, back in the mix for some exciting fights anyway. But I do think Eddie Hearn's been burnt, so you don't want to take the risk as much as he would have a couple of years ago. Trying to build him up slowly now. So we'll see.
Yeah, perhaps. But I see, if you look at potential superstars, I see superstar potential in Boatsy.
Yeah, 100%.
I do. I think that he's really gifted. He's got that swagger about him.
Yeah, he's almost looks like a 70s throwback when he grows the beard.
The way, yeah,
and then just shaves
and
it off
the way he fights as well.
Everything about
the shorts, everything.
Yeah.
You're right.
No glitz and glamour, just come in, does a job. I like him a lot.
Kelly can go far, I think, as well. there's obviously the talk about the Conor Ben fight, which at first when it was mentioned, being honest, I was thinking.
I thought Kelly was above Ben, if I'm honest. To be like a few, but
no,
now
I'd like to see
I'm starting to see. I think Ben. What do you make Ben? What do you make of his dad coming back?
Oh,
come on, be honest, Umar. I know, if 55.
I mean, is it going to be licensed and stuff?
They're saying he's going to get a license from the Irish Boxing Association or something.
Irish boxing.
Irish.
And it's going to be Sakio Bika, or is it someone else?
They're in Sakio Bika. They're saying that they're friends though in Australia.
Who's Sakio Bika?
Yes, they're both in Australia, so they know each other. So I don't think it's going to be the war.
No, they were mates. I didn't know Sakio Bika and Nigel were mates. But
I just don't
obviously Nigel lives in Australia.
Yeah. I just don't like the idea of it. I've said my piece on it. Like 55.
Who's going to promote it though? Do you know?
I think himself. I think it's the kind of Nigel Ben Promotions or Ben Promotions. I don't think Hearn or Warren would want to get involved in it. Just the stick they'll get for it.
It's a tough one. But in boxing, so many things have happened this year, like where it's like nothing surprising me anymore.
Nothing.
No, you had the whole KSI thing in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
By
the way, that's going to do fucking ridiculous numbers.
What KSI?
It's going to.
I don't know anything. I think I'm like the last age group who not really doesn't tune into this stuff. So like my mates and that don't watch this stuff. I think it's more like 16, 17, 18-year-olds
That's kind of what it is. I think they've got, I pretend I don't know this, I do know this a little bit. They've got like a little group, or KSI has, called the Sidemen. And even their YouTube channel is just fucking millions of views. Just millions of views. Like crazy. And what Eddie Hearn said, that the press conference done like 10 million views.
Really?
Something stupid.
Well, it will
Did you not interview them? Did you not get out to the press conference?
That was in LA. I was in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
So which I could have. It was on fight day. I could have travelled over, but we didn't arrange it. Coogan's going to do that fight.
Okay.
Because obviously Billy Joe's on the undercard as well.
Seconds Out interviewed KSI. Sorry, Logan Paul. 700,000 views for like a 4-minute interview. Yeah. 700,000 views for a 4-minute interview.
I guess once you put his name in the title, you get all his followers.
All of them. So that's going to be...
It's not bad for us at all, that fight.
Yeah.
I know boxing people aren't too happy for it, but in terms of the YouTube world...
I'll tell you the YouTube world, in terms of people getting their numbers
for you,
up. Yeah,
when you do videos on it,
it'll get the numbers up.
Will you talk about it?
I'll try not to, but I
Just
know
to
for a
get
fact...
the thumbs up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You've got to do it.
But how can you break down... You can't do an analysis on it. I guess you could just talk whether it's good for the sport.
You know, I was going to talk about it, and you gave me the idea today, actually. I was watching your Frank Warren interview today.
Which Frank Warren?
I think where he's at the Dubois, he's there, I think.
He wasn't there. Was it? This must have been in from Vegas.
Might have been then.
Was there like a lighting?
Yes.
Yeah, so that was in Vegas.
I was in Vegas. I watched that today, and he said, what if KSI or Logan Paul gets injured? And I was thinking...
Did he say that?
He said that. He said that in your interview, and I went, whoa. I mean, don't get me wrong, they've got all these eyes of just random people that never watch boxing.
Could they pull his brother in or something?
No, he's talking about get injured in the fight. Because obviously,
no headgear.
He's talking about just a fight and they get injured in the fight. He said, everyone's talking about it's exciting with no headgear and all this, smaller gloves. What if they get injured? The damage it will do to boxing on that side. Everyone's talking about the positive side in terms of everyone's going to be watching. The damage if one of those YouTubers, because they're not boxers, get injured. It's a big thing. Why talk about it?
What are the consequences of that though?
Dude, with the eyes that are... You know what it is? I think with boxing eyes on boxing, we kind of stupidly accept it. Not accept it, but we understand it can happen. The risk of it. With
those followers won't.
Those followers won't understand at all. They won't understand an orbital bone broken. They're like, what the is this brutal? They won't get it. They won't get it at all. So it could backfire a little bit. See what happens. What for you then? What any more crazy interviews coming up? Do you ever get pressure like when you go to these big events where you've got to do like 20 interviews? Got to do it. I've got to hit the numbers.
So if I like for the Fury fight week I just done in Vegas, there's pressure in terms of you got to get a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Especially I was just on my own as well.
Yeah.
And it's Fury winning. It's not Fury Wilder or you know what I mean.
Do you have competition from the other guys out there? Fight? Is it really stuff that we don't see?
Not like you're not punching each other up.
No, but they're kind of like people jumping in on interviews and all that kind of stuff.
You got to get it out first. It's tough though because
people don't see.
They've got Fight Hub and Fight Hype.
They're a team.
They're more American based. Yeah. Obviously with the 8 hours difference. If I had got an interview by 1 o'clock Vegas time, I'm not going to put it out till the next day.
Of course, you're tired.
So there I was at a massive disadvantage, whereas Fight Hype and Fight Hub and Behind the Gloves or Second Out can stick it out because they've got more of an American following. But in terms of, sorry, your original question was, is there pressure to get videos? When you travel abroad, especially like a Fury fight week, yeah, you got to get a lot of videos.
Almost got.
So I think like that week there was like 65 videos just through that week. There is a lot.
Jeez.
You got to get a lot. Yeah.
One thing I do like, and I will say this right now, that you guys do that fight hype, so that you guys don't do that fight hype. Do what pisses me off. Fight Hype would have a 20-minute interview and break it down in 3-minute interviews. And I'm like, fuck that.
Listen, everyone has their own style, so there must be a reason why they do it. We will only cut a video if there's something like major.
Yeah.
So like when Bob last week went off, when he went completely mad at me, I cut that.
I blame you on that one. You're stirring. You're stirring.
Do you know what?
Eddie said.
Oh yeah, I know, I saw that. But I will say something on that. So that video was cut, right? So what you're talking about, fight. That's an instance where I cut the video.
Yeah.
So all that people saw on that night was 2-minute video of Bob Arum just going on. Obviously there was
more context to it. Yeah.
So if you watch the full interview the next day, the 10-minute one, Bob starts talking about Eddie.
Yeah.
Talking about the match, which I'm not too sure whether this fact's true, but Bob claims.
Oh yeah, I saw
Tyson's fight with Schwartz
done more than any
produced
Matchroom
more
show.
subscribers than any DAZN shows in total. I'm not too sure, but then he was talking about that because Eddie's been critical of Bob's link up with Fury and ESPN. He said it's been kind of a disaster. So Bob started with that, and then I said to Bob, you know, Eddie's kind of said in the past that Tyson Fury is one of the most unentertaining fighters he's ever seen. So what do you make of that kind of, and all the subscribers he's bringing at the same time? Like, how does that play out? And then he went crazy. So it's not like I just mentioned Eddie Atler. He did bring him up.
Yeah, and then you asked a follow-up question.
Obviously, I mean, I kind of knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
But if Bob wants to, you know, we've had it on the channel for ages, promoters going off on each other. Yeah. So it's nothing new. It was quite intense that week because it's a Fury fight week.
You did say on the Frank Warren video, promoters should get in the ring and fight.
But that was a bit tongue-in-cheek.
But he liked it. Frank was like, yeah, what would it do? What kind of numbers?
Well, on a serious note, right?
There should be a face-off. That would, I'm not joking. If they done a face-off between Frank and Eddie and they charged a $5 on YouTube, it'll do good numbers.
I'm not going to say what promoters and that, but just any promoters, your main promoters, you stick them in a ring. How many pay-per-view buys does that do?
Fucking hell, they hate each other. Honestly, well, I guess
some of them work
with each other, but
Bob and Eddie were doing the Lomachenko Campbell. There was all pals, and then they're coming off each other.
But Frank and Eddie, bloody hell. Does that get uncomfortable for you guys?
What's that?
With Frank and Eddie, some people, you look at the comments, they'll say, oh, but Umar doesn't ask the tough questions that Coogan maybe asked Eddie and stuff like that.
No, we get this all the time. You only ask the tough stuff to Eddie, and you don't really push Frank.
I asked Rob the same question, to be fair. And Rob
what it comes down to is those two are different people. Right? You talk to different people in different ways. Not necessarily the
even
question.
Friends.
Yeah, exactly. The question. It's not the questions don't get asked. It's you might be a bit more in your face with Eddie because he likes that kind of. But with other people, just in life, I'm talking about. You talk to them differently than you would. So you're not going to talk to fighter A, fighter B, trainer A, trainer B, promoter A, promoter B in the same way that you would. Just life doesn't work like that. You're going to talk to everyone differently. I think that's what it boils down to mostly. But we always get that.
Being so young, how do you take the stick? Coogan's experience, he's been through it, he's obviously a lot older. He can sort of handle when the negative comments and the stick and all the abuse over social media. How do you take it?
It doesn't really faze me whether it's good or bad. Obviously, it's always nice to see a good comment. Yeah. And I'll give it like a like or a retweet if I see it. Don't see most.
I stuck up for you the other day, actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
man.
Someone said something. Rob and Chris Lloyd are very good. But Umar's starting to piss me off. Blah blah. Blah. I said, look, dude. Umar's doing all right. He's only 21. I said 21, and he's only been doing this a little while.
I have to say, I'm in the job though now, so my age doesn't
matter anymore.
Whether you're gonna say, "Oh, he's doing amazing. Look, he's 20 now, 22."
So fuck the age shit.
It doesn't. It doesn't matter. I'm in the job now, so. Good. But back to the comments. If I see something on Twitter good, I'll retweet or like it. If I see something bad, I won't block the person. I just won't.
You don't block?
Nah. I don't, unless someone says something really.
I've muted a couple of people.
Yeah.
Fuck
but
off.
If someone says something bad about me, I just look at it, get on with my day. I don't really take good comments to the head. I don't take bad comments to the head. Doesn't mean to say if there's a good comment I won't like it. Obviously, it's always nice, but you just got. and how busy I am as well. This is like a weird day where I'm not doing anything.
A weird day.
But how busy I am normally, I don't even have time, man.
Talking about abuse, I'm not going to call it abuse actually. Umar, IFL Umar. Have you trademarked it yet?
I should. But
what's your relationship with him, Mr. Tyron Booth?
So when he first started doing the videos,
yeah.
I was like, what is going on here, right? Yeah. But
Coogan seems to hate him. Not hate him, but hate's a strong word, but just dislike him. No, okay.
Everyone gets on.
Okay, it's weird.
It's like Tyan, we saw him the other day, where was it? White Rivas.
Yes.
During that fight week. He's a top guy. He said stuff about other people. I'm not going to name any names, which is ridiculous.
Terence Crawford, stupid, about his missus. You've gone too far.
And there's people within the UK fight world as well. He said stuff about it's too far. But anyways, I can talk about the stuff he says about me. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, you take it like that, yeah?
But
obviously Wingy's taking it like to the point where he's gone too far with Wingy.
He said some personal stuff, though, but I can only comment on me.
Yeah.
He's not actually said anything bad.
No, not really.
And even if he did,
apart from you pouting and being with the Supermans and stuff.
Pouting and pouting.
Yeah.
He's doing well interviewing.
It's quite funny sometimes. Yeah.
No, I think he's hilarious with me, anyways, and I don't like it.
His channel's growing. His channel's massive amount of views.
It doesn't say the amount of subs he has though.
No, it's weird. It doesn't say the subs.
I'm sure it's a good number.
I'm sure he might be touching 100,000.
Yeah,
I'm sure he might 100,000. But interesting character. I just wanted to know if it was him really or this character. Now it seems like it's a character. It's a character.
Yeah, because he's different, but he's a nice guy in person actually. And you know what? I watched his Eubank fight. He wasn't doing, and he took that on like 5 days.
He's a good little fighter as well.
He weren't doing too bad.
He wasn't doing too bad.
No, had that obviously that Ingle style. He trained at that gym. I'm not sure whether he still trains there or whether he.
I don't think he trains at all, to be honest.
No.
I think he's focused on it because he puts a lot of work into those videos.
Yeah,
this is why I know that I'm telling you, like uploads this and that. That's why I know it's a bit like
we're just doing a straight cut.
Yeah.
Right, where you don't have to find material to put in. Same with the interviews, and they're editing them, and that's tiring stuff. But he's got to go through loads of stuff, pick pictures, put what it's like. That must be a hard job.
How difficult is your job? Talking about hard job. Final couple of questions. How difficult is it for you to try and not get almost personal with a fighter or trainer, so you don't seem like you've got a favourite?
You can listen. It's not like the written press.
Yeah.
You can crack jokes and stuff. You can get personal. It's giving opinions out. Like you asked me who I think the best heavyweight in the world is.
Yeah.
I didn't really answer the question.
Yeah.
Right. I
kind of did, but I know.
I can see arguments for
and against.
Two genuinely now. If Joshua wins the rematch and then beats one of them, then obviously him.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I think it's hard to say it's not Wilder or Fury.
Yeah, 100%.
Obviously, Fury's.
No, you wouldn't put him in there, in the mix. I don't. I have him as 3, but then I got a lot of stick, and everyone's like, "Well, he beat the guy that everyone thought was kind of number 1." I was like, "Well, did they?"
I think when Joshua was unbeaten, I think you had 3 people.
Yeah.
You had Wilder, Fury, Joshua. Right? If Joshua wins a rematch, then you can assess later. But at the moment,
I guess if you had Wilder, Fury, Joshua, and then Ruiz as 4th or 5th, then Ruiz beats Joshua, it makes sense. But because
no one had Ruiz there anyway.
Not even the top 15 at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. That was a good point. So at the moment, it's like it's a toss-up between Wilder and Fury. So obviously he's number 1. He's recognised as the Ring Magazine champion.
Yep.
So general consensus, I think, would be now Tyson.
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's hard to give opinions. But to get personal with people is okay. Yeah? Yeah, it's okay.
I guess that's what gives you the access, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, do you pinch yourself sometimes?
Sometimes.
I mean, Vegas.
You've got...
You're ringside at some of the biggest fights. In the changing room, it's almost like if Sky ever done the best prize you could possibly give a fan, you've got that as a ticket. What? Do you get to see outside of the boxing? I mean, when you're in Vegas, do you go out? Do you do things when you're there?
I mean, just every night.
Yeah.
It was my birthday that week, and
it
was my first time in Vegas, so I can be excused. But
what was your first big one away by yourself?
Crawford Khan.
Oh yeah, because I remember, I think Coogan actually mentioned on the video that you're going by yourself.
Yeah. So I did that by myself. Then I did a Devin Haney fight week in Maryland on my own. Then flew to New York, but Coogan was there for Joshua Ruiz. Then what was my next trip? My next trip away was No, I didn't. I went to Kazakhstan for a bit.
Fucking. Oh yeah, the Billy Joe Saunders.
No, I wasn't actually even there for that.
No.
That was planning for
Yeah.
the MTK show.
Okay, yeah.
So that wasn't really a fight week or anything. Then I'm trying to think. Chelyabinsk.
Okay, yeah.
Then Fury Wallin. Then I'll be going my own for Golovkin Derevchenko, on my own for Canelo Kovalev, on my own for Wilder Ortiz, with Coogan for Ruiz Joshua.
I'm going to Ruiz Joshua.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm
Visas
going.
all
Yes,
done?
sorted. Going to Ruiz Joshua. Can't wait.
Well, everything going on with Iran right now, I don't
Dude,
know
this is-
I don't even know if it's going to happen
Honestly, that's a serious point because people are speaking about it now. Like, what's going on with
Did you
Saudi
see
Arabia
that?
and Iran? Even today I was watching the news.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, are people really going to go out there for a big event like that when that's going on? Strange. My man, thank you so much.
Thank you for listening.
Umar, thanks for coming.
No
Thank
problem.
you. Much
Thanks for
appreciated,
having me.
dude.